We're going to begin today by reviewing our syllable patterns that we've already learned. We're going to practice writing a few of them, and then I'm going to teach you your new syllable pattern, and we'll be practicing that with the swoop activity as well as reading it in a passage. So let's start with our closed syllables. So what do you remember about closed syllables?
There has to be a consonant after, and the vowel has to be short.
You're right. So that consonant is kind of closing in that vowel, and the vowel is always short. Good job. So let's practice a few of those words. So if I wrote this word, go ahead and write it. What word do I have?
Splash.
Splash. So what's the first thing we need to do? Look at
Check if the vowel is shorter than it is, and then see if there's a consonant after it. There is.
So then splash. How many syllables would that word be?
One.
One. Good job. There's an example of a closed syllable. Good job. You can use this. Let's do this one. What word is this?
Selfish.
Selfish. So what's the first thing you need to do?
Check if the first vowel is closed or not, or short, and it is. So.
And it's closed, and good job. So it's a closed syllable. What about the rest of the word?
The I is short, so it's closed, and it's got a consonant after too.
Very good. So this would be an example of a two-syllable word. Both would be closed. Good job. Go ahead and erase. All right, let's try one more. So what word is this?
Word.
So let's look at it one more time. So you got the first one, and this is what would happen if you came to a word in the text that you might not know. So let's start with the first one.
Invalid.
Good job. So what do we know about our first syllable?
It's short.
So it's closed in.
The second one is short and closed.
Good job.
The one is short and closed.
Very good. I like how you used your clues to know these are all closed syllable words. Good job. Go ahead and erase. So now that we've practiced with our closed syllable words, which you know really well, let's review our open syllables. So what do you remember about open syllables?
The syllable ends in a vowel, and the vowel is long.
Very good. So in open syllable words, the syllable has to end in a vowel, and the vowel is always long. So looking at this word, we know that first syllable is open because it's saying fro. Oh, you're hearing the long vowel sound. And then the second one is closed because it's closed in, and we hear that short vowel. So let's try a few words. Let's do this one first. Go ahead and write it.
Photo and
very good. Very good. I like how you knew where to end that syllable because we know that in an open syllable word, that vowel has to be long. So our first syllable would be fo, and it'd be open. Our second syllable would be
toe, and
toe.
It would be open.
Good job. So now I'm going to write some words, and they might be examples of a word like this, frozen, where we have both open and closed syllables. So let's try this one first. You have it. Try. Dent. Good job. So let's go ahead and what's our first plan of attack? What do we need to do first?
It's short. The first the vowel.
Is it
I
short?
mean, it's long.
Good job.
And it's open, so.
Very good. So try. Good job.
The second one's short and it's closed.
Very good. Because we have dent, and it's closed in. Good job. Go ahead and erase. All right, let's try this one.
Moment.
Good job. So how do we know that? Walk me through it.
Okay, the first O is long, and then it's open,
Very good.
and M-O is the syllable, and then
Mm-hmm.
meant is the second and syllable, and the E is short, so it's closed.
Good job. So that'd be an example of a closed syllable. So we have open and closed syllable. Moment. Let's do one more.
Frequent.
Very good. So what would we do with this word?
F-R-E, so that would be, it would be open syllable, because the E is long, so open. And then quint, it would be a closed syllable, because the E is short.
Very good, and it's closed in. Good job. Go ahead and erase. All right, so we're going to move on then to our third syllable pattern. So we've covered open and closed. Now we're going to jump into our next one. This is a good pattern. I like this one because this really helps us when we're reading our words, dealing with different phonic patterns that you notice when you're attacking these words. So let's go over, this is called VCE syllables, and I'll explain that in just a moment. The syllable has a vowel, so that's where we get our V, vowel, then a consonant, so VC, and then it's followed by an E. So whenever we have this type of word, the vowel is long because we have the E in it, so two vowels, but that E is always silent, right? That's where we get that silent E pattern. So this is just the fancy term for it. The VCE are vowel, consonant, and then silent E. So if we looked at the example here, we have the word
Cupcake.
Cupcake. Good job. Compound word. So if we look at that first syllable, we know it's closed because it's closed in by that consonant. But then when we look at the word cake, this is an example of a VCE. So that's the way I would want you to label it. Just like we do C for closed, we do VCE. And the reason why is because we have that vowel, consonant, and then silent E, right? Because we don't hear that E at the end. The A will say its name for cake. So let's try a few words with that. Do this one first. So what word is this?
Rose.
Good job. So what is this an example of?
The VCE, because
Yeah.
the O is a long O right there,
Mm-hmm.
and then the RE, the silent E though.
Very good. So we have that vowel, the long vowel, followed by a consonant. Then we have our silent E at the end. So this is an example of a one-syllable word that would be VCE. Good job. Go ahead and erase. Let's do one more, and then we'll jump into ones with more syllables. What word is this?
Flute.
Mhm.
And it's VCE because the UTE but silent E. And
Very
it's
good.
one syllable word.
Very good. I like the way that you explained that. We have that silent E. We have our long U. Flute. So that's just one syllable, VCE. Good job. Let's try this word.
Pavement.
Very good. So walk me through this. What's this an example of?
Okay, pay is open, I think.
So look at the rest of it.
Oh.
You are hearing the long A, but what is it followed by? Look at its surroundings. What's around it?
Oh, the VCE.
Very good. This is where it can get a little tricky because this would be an open syllable, but we see that consonant and silent E. So this would be an example of a V, C, E syllable. Good job.
And
What
then
about the rest of
lunch
it?
would be closed.
Very good. So we have that short E. Good job. So VCE and closed. So let's try another one. Good job. Put it together. Reptile. So walk me through. What would this look like?
Rep would be closed.
Very good.
And then tile would be VCE.
Good job, because we have that long vowel, consonant, silent E. VCE. Good job. Go ahead and erase. Let's do one more. Careful with this, so we know that's an A. Good job. So what word is this?
Lemonade.
Lemonade. Good job. So how would we go about chunking this word into syllables?
Lem.
Okay, so let's look at lem. What would that be an example
I
of?
think closed.
Good job. And let's go to our next vowel. Look at its surroundings. What does it have around it?
It's on. Closed.
Good job. It's closed in.
The VCE.
Very good, because we have that long A, consonant, silent E. Good job. So this is an example of a closed, and VCE syllable word. Good job. Go ahead and erase. I have red fingers. All right, so now that we've practiced the VCE, we are going to complete our swooping activity containing VCE syllables. So, what I want you to do is, here's your pencil. We'll start with the first one together, and they're going to start with one syllable words, and then we'll jump up. So, let's start with this first word. First thing I want you to do is try and read the word. What word is that?
Stale.
Stale. Good job. So make sure that each letter gets its own box. So what is this an example of?
VCE.
Good job. So draw it where syllable is. Good job. One syllable, it's VCE. Good job. Let's go to the next one.
Trace.
Trace. Good job. So how many syllables are in the word?
But it's just one and it's VCE.
Very good. So now let's jump to the next word. Go ahead and write it out. Let's write it out. E. Oh, there you go. E. Good
okay,
job.
it's grapevine.
Good
And
job.
first syllable is avoided grape, and then the E too because VCE.
Very good, because it's VCE. So we want to make sure we get all of that. VCE.
And then vine.
What's that an example of?
Well, it's long, isn't it?
So let's say it. Go ahead and say it again. Vine. So we're hearing that long I sound.
VCE.
Followed by a silent E. Good job. Let's move to the next one. Oh, be careful. Before you write, here, erase. Erase from P to the end, because we forgot a letter.
Oh, forgot the E.
It's okay. You just don't want to forget that. E. P. Good job.
Stovepipe.
Very good. So, what is this going to be an example of?
The stove. That would be a VCE.
Very good. We got that long O, silent E.
And then pipe is the exact same thing. VCE.
Good job.
VCE, right? Yeah.
Like how you're already noticing it.
So both these are VCEs.
Very good.
Homemade. Right. Swipe. Both are VCEs.
Good job. So you're hearing that long vowel in each of the syllables. So side, then swipe. Good job. I want you to try number 7 on your own. Go ahead and write it.
Scan more. They're both
Oh,
VCE.
check it one more time.
Where?
Where, right? Because we got to hear the long. Good job. Both are VCE. Good job. So I'm going to stop you right there because you have a good understanding of this. So now we're going to jump into reading these words in a passage. And I'll keep this up here if we need it. So we're going to read the story, Kate's Pet. And as we read it, I want you to just follow along. If you get to a word, if you need to chunk it apart, use your syllable patterns, pay attention to, do I see the long vowel followed by a silent E? That's going to help you know how to kind of decode and go about attacking that word. When we're done, we're going to jump over here and we're going to list examples of VCE syllables that we find in the passage. So when you're ready, go ahead and start.
Kate's Pet. Kate was so excited. Her dad was taking
Chunk it apart.
her to a shelter where she could adopt a cute kitten. This drive is taking a long time, thought Kate. It is getting late. I think we're lost here. Her dad
Good job.
admitted. He looked at the map and said, I made a mistake. I drove the wrong way. I know where to go now. When they finally got there, the man at the desk said,
Good job.
You made it just in time. We were about to close. Do you want to adopt a reptile?
Good job. So put it together.
Reptile?
Reptile.
No, I want to adopt a kitten, said Kate. Are you sure? He replied. We have a huge snake. No thanks. We don't want such an extreme
Good job.
pet, Kate answered. The man sighed and took her to see the kittens. There were kittens all over the place. Kate didn't know which kitten to pick. After a while, a smile
Look at it one more time.
after
Small.
orange kitten gave Kate a lick on her finger. Well, we will take him, said Kate. How should I hold him for the ride home? Put him in this special pet crate, the man replied. Thank you, she said, while with a big smile on her
With a big smile.
Our house will be a good place for him.
Good job. Good job. I like how you went back and you were going back and rereading those words that we missed. So now we're going to look over at number 1. Could you read the question?
List 9 VCE syllable words you found in this passage.
Good job. So we will list 9 of the VCE syllable words from the passage. So what I want you to do is you can start up at the top. You can even start with the title. And then I want you to work your way down. So don't pull all of them from the first 2 paragraphs. Try and get through the passage. Then you can go back and find any. So go ahead and start at the top. Remember, we're looking for VCE. So that vowel, consonant, silent E. Why don't you start at the top? So what word did you find?
Cute.
Cute. Good job. So 1 syllable. VCE. Good job. Starting with her name, right? Kate. How many syllables are in that word?
Just 1.
Now remember, it's Kate. Capital. Let's open this second.
Made.
Very good. And how many syllables are in that word?
1.
Just 1. Okay, so now I want you to try to find 2-syllable word. Good job. What word is that?
Replied.
Replied. So go ahead and write it. Now, is this an example of VCE, or does this have another syllable pattern in the word?
It has both.
Both what?
Oh, I didn't realize that. I looked at it and I thought that it was VCE for a second.
No, it is. You're right. Go ahead and write it again. But this one has 2 patterns in it. So we can use this one. Go ahead and write it.
Okay.
I just want to know what other pattern.
Short syllable.
Say the word. Replied.
R-E, so that's the syllable and that's open, and then
Good job.
plied, which would be VCE.
Good job. So why don't you try to find another word that would have more than 1 syllable? One of them might be bolded in the 3rd paragraph. Which word would be bolded?
Extreme.
Is that an example of a VCE?
Yeah.
Just go ahead and write it. Then we'll break it apart.
Well, the EX would be X. So it would be a closed, and then
Good job.
dream
Mm-hmm.
would be VCE.
Very good.
Guess I didn't really have to highlight that.
Right, it's already bolded. So let's keep going. So where else do you see that vowel, consonant, silent E? You can highlight one syllable words too. That's okay. I just wanted us to find a few. Bless you.
Thank you.
So let's keep going. Let's try to find two more. Bless you. Let's try to find a few more down here, and then we can go back to the top. You got it. What word is that?
While.
Mm-hmm. So what is that an example of?
VCE.
Right. One syllable VCE. Good job. So let's keep going down. Good job.
Home. VCE.
Very good. Let's find two more. Let's look in this last bit. Do you see anything down there? That would be an example of VCE. Good job.
And then said, but I think we already got that one, didn't we?
Which one?
Said.
Well, let's look at said. Is that an example of
no.
a VCE?
And houses. Kind of. Not really. No.
Right. That's a different one that we're going to work with. Look for one where you hear that vowel saying its name, so the long sound, followed by a silent E at the end. What about in this line? Do you see anything that fits a VCE syllable?
Smile.
Mm-hmm. Good job. All right, so now I'm going to give you a challenge. You found 9 examples of VCE syllable words, and some of them even contained some of our other syllable patterns. So now I want you to find an example of a closed syllable word, or it has to at least have a closed syllable in the word. Good job. So what word is that?
Kitten has got 2 closed syllables.
Good job. I want you to find an example of a word. There's one that we haven't done yet in this second paragraph that is an example of a closed syllable and a VCE syllable. Do you think you can find that? 2-syllable word. The first syllable is going to be closed. The second syllable is going to be VCE. Good job. Did we use that one though?
Oh.
That's okay. Let's keep looking. So we're looking for close and VCE. Check this line.
Mistake.
Good job. Let's do, how about a open syllable? That's okay. So I want you to find one that has an open syllable in the word. Where do you think you would see an open syllable in the word? If we look at this line, there's one multiple syllable word. The first one's going to be open. What word is
Adopt.
this? Would that be an example? Adopt. Adopt. Would that be an example where it has an open syllable?
Yeah.
Yes, so our first syllable is open. What about the second syllable?
Opt. Yeah.
What would that be? Open, closed, or good job, BCE. So go ahead and highlight that one. Very good. So today we went through and we practiced our closed syllables, open syllable, and we started working with BCE. We swooped them and found them in words, and then we also went through a passage and used that during our reading. Good job.